So I have lost my spark, and I can't remember the last time that I've felt pure, unadulterated joy. And I know that sounds super depressing and fucking sad, but that's my reality that I'm living in. I can see myself changing and growing further away from the person that I once really loved. We live in a society that prioritizes wealth, self optimization, and hustle culture. And while I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with any of those things, chasing and focusing on that certainly doesn't lend itself to a joyful life, but rather one that leaves you wanting more and always pushing for more. I used to chase my passions without really considering the financial strain it might put on me. And, while I think part of that was just being kind of a dumb kid that didn't really care much about making a ton of money, and I was just really passionate about art. I know it sounds obvious as to why I'm probably losing my spark, because my focuses are just on monetary gain. And although I think it is okay and in fact necessary to consider your financial situation when making career choices, I don't think it is the most important thing. I think number one, it should be, are you fulfilled by it? Money is not the most important thing, and I'm trying to make myself believe that. I've had periods where I've made more money than I ever thought I would, and I was still terribly unhappy. So that's obviously not the answer, and it's time to change gears and focus on something else. Because I do think if you're truly doing what you feel passionate about and what makes you feel fulfilled, then the money will come, as long as you're smart about it. And you're probably thinking, well, yeah, duh. But maybe you're feeling the same way, and it's time for you to focus on other things besides just making money, because I know it sounds cliche, but it's not everything. It's a loop that's been very difficult for me to escape. And not to blame social media, but I think it has partly to do with why I feel the way I do. I think it's really easy to compare yourself to 24-year-old millionaires and other people who are successful on social media, and it makes you wonder why you haven't done the same thing, because it seems so simple to them. And I think social media also encourages this kind of hustle, keep your head down, you can celebrate when you get there type grind it out mindset. And although I do think hard work is necessary, I don't think that you should just wait until you've made it to celebrate and look back and at what you've achieved. I do think it also forces you to lone wolf it and kind of neglect the social creative side of yourself if you're like me. And I truly don't think anyone is self-made. I think this is made up, and I think it's a struggle for men to feel like they have to be self-made. They have to go at it alone in order to be a man and be proven as a man. I think it's a harmful mindset, because I do think we truly need each other to succeed and to grow. And I was listening to a podcast recently talking about the redwoods in California and how the roots grow outward instead of down in order to connect with the trees around them to keep them standing up. And I think this is a, kind of a good comparison of us and how we need to do that too in order to be the best versions of ourselves. So in my attempt to regain my spark and bring joy back into my life, I've implemented a strategy over the next 60 days that I think will help. And I don't think it's going to fix everything in 2 months, but I do think I'll at least see if it's working in 2 months and continue to do these things. So I'll continue posting and keeping you updated on my journey. But number one, my focus is to meditate every day, just for as long as I can, as long as I have time for. And I know that sounds pretty simple and something every therapist recommends, but it's something I want to commit to and really focus on doing every day, because it helps me. I notice when I do it, it helps me stay grounded and stay more present and less stressed out and focused on the wrong thing. So that's one of my goals. My second goal is to replace scrolling and spending time on social media with just spending time with people in real life, grabbing a coffee with a friend or something like that, because I think it's easy to supplement your social needs with scrolling and interacting online. Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It can be a great tool to connect. I think for me personally, it makes me more antisocial. So that's the second goal of mine. And the third is to spend my time off creating, my days off. I do work a shit ton. I work 60-hour weeks selling cars, which doesn't leave me much time to myself. But when I do, my focus is to make these videos for you and for myself, to have a creative outlet. And my goal with these videos really is to build a community of people like myself, a place where you can feel safe to be vulnerable, to ask the questions you've been wanting to ask, start the conversations you want to have, because I don't think a lot of people are talking about it, and I think it's a really hard time to be a person. So I've decided to start a Discord where we can continue this conversation and share your wins, share your losses, your struggles, and just have a place where you can have conversations without judgment, just somewhere to continue this conversation. And it is free, so if you want to check out the link, to just build a community of like-minded individuals who wish to improve themselves and admit that they don't have it all figured out, because I certainly don't, and I'm in the trenches now trying to figure it out. And so I hope these videos are comforting, at least give you something to relate to, let you know that you're not alone. And if you feel that way, please like and subscribe if you're still watching. Turn on the notification bell. I'll be posting every week, so I look forward to continuing to share my journey with you. So thank you.